Chosen one, listen closely. What I'm about to share isn't just a message. It's a divine warning and a call to action. If you're watching this right now, it's no accident. God is leading you to prepare, because tonight, everything changes. You are being asked to stay overnight on the corner, not literally, but spiritually, mentally, and energetically, because God is taking full control of your life throughout this sacred night. This is urgent. This night is a spiritual battleground where God will shift the entire course of your destiny. The waiting, the praying, the hoping, all of it culminates in this moment. If you ignore this call, you risk missing the powerful breakthrough that is already moving toward you with unstoppable force. But if you heed this warning and plan your stay, you will witness God's hand move in ways you never imagined. Things that once felt impossible will begin to fall into place rapidly, almost overnight. Your spirit will align with a divine plan that no human mind can comprehend. Before we continue, pause this now and do 3 things immediately. Hit that like button to signal your readiness. Subscribe to join our family as we approach 95,000 chosen souls, and comment with the number 99. This number sends a powerful frequency to the universe, amplifying the energy of tonight's message. Remember, chosen one, this is not for the faint-hearted. Only those ready to surrender and stay vigilant through this overnight spiritual shift will walk away transformed. If you're not prepared, you might not make it to the end. But if you are, your life will never be the same again. Time is running out. God is calling. Plan your stay. Let's dive in. There is a quiet corner in your home, perhaps overlooked, often mundane, but tonight it transforms into a gateway. This is not just any space. It is a portal where the earthly realm meets the divine. Imagine stepping into a place where the noise, the chaos, and the weight of the world abruptly stop, and in their place, an overwhelming presence of God descends. This corner is your sacred altar, appointed by heaven itself, a place where miracles are birthed and destiny is shaped. Think of it like a door to a hidden realm, unlocked only by your faith and surrender. This is where your spirit will be awakened and your purpose clarified. Just as Jacob dreamed of a ladder reaching heaven from the ground beneath him, this corner is your spiritual ladder tonight, a place connecting the seen and unseen. The power here is palpable, waiting for you to step in and receive it. Don't underestimate the significance of this place. It is not about grandeur or comfort, but about intention. The spiritual atmosphere thickens here, ripe for God's visitation. It is a place where heaven's energy converges on your life, where divine plans are whispered into your heart. This corner is your holy ground. Prepare to enter it with reverence and expectancy. This divine overnight stay is not a mere suggestion. It's a calling, a spiritual appointment that demands your full attention and preparation. You wouldn't embark on a journey without packing or mapping your route. So why enter this sacred time unprepared? To truly benefit from this encounter, you must be deliberate. Set aside your distractions, clear your mind, and plan how you will guard this time. Imagine preparing for a royal audience. You wouldn't show up late, distracted, or with unfinished business weighing you down. This is God's throne room you're stepping into, a place where your presence matters, where your posture of obedience sets the tone for everything that follows. Planning your stay means deciding what you will leave behind. Your worries, your to-do lists, your constant mental noise. This preparation is a powerful act of faith. It tells God, I am serious about this encounter. I am willing to do whatever it takes to meet you fully. And when you commit like this, the heavens move in response. The energy in your corner shifts from ordinary to extraordinary, opening the door to a night filled with supernatural breakthroughs. There comes a moment in every believer's journey when holding on tightly to control no longer serves. Tonight, God invites you to release everything, your emotions, your decisions, even your body's natural functions, and place them fully in His hands. This is not about weakness. It's the ultimate strength, a surrender that opens you up to divine intervention in every aspect of your life. Picture the relief of laying down your burdens after carrying them for years, the heavy load of anxiety about relationships, career, health, and finances. Imagine God stepping in as the master conductor, orchestrating every detail perfectly, even those you cannot see. You are no longer the one running the show. You are resting in the hands of the one who knows you best and loves you most. This total surrender is daunting, but life-changing. Your natural instincts want to control outcomes, but God asks you to trust beyond what you see. Like a pilot handing the controls to air traffic control during turbulent weather, you are safe even when you feel out of control. Letting go invites God's peace, His wisdom, and His power to flood your life like never before. You have been handpicked, called to walk a path that few dare to tread. Tonight is the night your realm shifts. You are being pulled from the familiar into a new dimension where limitations dissolve and divine possibility reigns. This shift is like the tectonic plates beneath the earth, silent but powerful, reshaping the landscape of your life forever. Imagine a caterpillar cocooning itself, surrendering to a mysterious process before emerging as a butterfly. This transformation can feel unsettling as the old self dies away, but it is necessary for your destiny. You are moving into a liquid, flowing realm where spiritual power is no longer a concept, but a living reality coursing through your veins. This realm shift means your mind, emotions, and body will begin to respond to heavenly commands, not earthly logic. You are stepping into an arena where divine energies and true power align exclusively for the chosen ones. This is your invitation to step boldly into the supernatural, leaving behind fear and doubt. While your body may appear at rest, this is not ordinary sleep. This is divine disconnection, a purposeful unplugging from the external world and even your own thoughts. It's a sacred pause, a divine reset button pressed by your willingness to step out of control and into surrender. In this disconnection, God floods your spirit with renewal. Think of it as a deep spiritual detox. Just as your body benefits from rest and cleansing, your soul needs moments of stillness to shed stress, anxiety, and spiritual fatigue. This night is your soul's opportunity to breathe deeply, to let go of mental chatter, and to immerse in God's peace. Far from being passive, this disconnection is active engagement with God on a deeper level. Your spirit wakes to a heavenly reality while your body rests. It's a paradox, rest and revival happening simultaneously, inviting you into a space where miracles can be birthed. Choosing to sit or lie in that corner tonight is more than finding a quiet spot. It is a powerful declaration of surrender. In a world that values constant doing, your willingness to stop and be alone with God is radical. This isolation is not loneliness, but a chosen intimacy, a sacred space where God's voice can be heard above all else. Think of this moment as your spiritual retreat, where distractions are stripped away and only the essentials remain. Just as Jesus withdrew to solitary places to pray and prepare for his mission, your corner becomes your wilderness, an intentional isolation that nurtures spiritual breakthroughs. This act of surrender is a courageous one. It says, "I will let go of control and step into the unknown with God as my guide." In this quiet space, your heart softens, walls fall, and divine transformation takes root. The isolation becomes your sanctuary for renewal. By choosing to stay in this sacred corner, you are making a bold spiritual statement. Nothing and no one else matters right now except God. In the midst of a noisy world demanding your attention, this is a courageous declaration of priority and faith. It says, "I am choosing intimacy with God over busyness, clarity over confusion." Every distraction you resist, every wandering thought you bring back, every temptation you reject, reinforces this truth. Your presence in this sacred place is a beacon to your soul and the spiritual realm, highlighting that your relationship with God is the most valuable investment you can make. This statement reorients your entire being. It refocuses your heart away from anxiety and toward peace, from frustration toward hope. It is a powerful act of faith that opens doors to divine wisdom, fresh strength, and lasting breakthroughs. Imagine handing over the steering wheel of your life to the one who never makes a wrong turn. Tonight, God is your divine CEO, taking control of every part of your life, from complicated relationships to financial uncertainties, social dynamics, and emotional struggles. This is a trust so deep, it transcends your understanding. You no longer need to carry the burden of fixing broken relationships or managing overwhelming responsibilities. God's promise is that He will handle everything on your behalf, weaving together solutions and blessings beyond human comprehension. His wisdom is infinite, and His love is relentless. Rest in this truth. As you surrender tonight, God's power is actively at work behind the scenes. Like a master strategist, He orchestrates every detail with perfect timing and precision. Your job is simply to rest, trust, and believe that all is being made right. Preparation is more than a chore. It's a sacred ritual that sets the atmosphere for your encounter with God. Before you settle into your corner, cleanse it physically by removing clutter and dirt. But don't stop there. Clear the spiritual energy too. Speak prayers of protection, light a candle, or anoint the space with oil, inviting God's presence to fill every inch. Consider how a sacred temple is prepared for worship, how every element is intentionally placed to honor the divine. Your corner deserves the same respect. When you consecrate this space, you are telling God, "This place is holy because you are here." A clean, energized, and consecrated environment helps you focus and invites heaven's power to rest on you more deeply. The atmosphere itself becomes a participant in your transformation, amplifying your experience and opening spiritual doors. When God takes over, your experience transcends natural laws and enters a supernatural flow. This is a state of grace where everything moves fluidly, your thoughts, emotions, and body responding effortlessly to divine guidance. Imagine being carried downstream by a mighty river, feeling no resistance, only ease. In this heavenly flow, you are no longer bound by limitations like fear, fatigue, or confusion. Your spirit vibrates on a higher frequency, connected directly to the source of all power. Many describe this as being in the zone or flowing with the Spirit, a place of peace, clarity, and miraculous movement. This state is not reserved for a select few, but is available to you tonight. Surrender fully and allow yourself to be swept into this divine current, where transformation happens naturally and powerfully. As you rest or sit quietly, your body begins to enter divine suspension, a state where natural biological processes pause or slow, allowing God to work His healing and restoration deeply within you. This is not a loss of control, but a sacred synchronization with heaven's rhythm. Think of it like a musician tuning their instrument before a concert. Every cell in your body, every heartbeat, breath, and nerve is being recalibrated to align with divine harmony. This is God's intimate care in action, renewing you from the inside out. Even if this state feels strange or unfamiliar, embrace it. Trust that your body and spirit are undergoing a profound reset, one that will leave you stronger, healthier, and more attuned to God's purposes than ever before. To others, you may seem physically still, perhaps sitting quietly in your corner, but your spirit is operating on an entirely different plane. You are fully engaged in a sacred encounter, moving fluidly through a spiritual realm where divine energy flows and transformation unfolds. This hidden realm is liquid and dynamic, unlike the rigid, limited world we see. You are connected to the very heartbeat of heaven, wrapped in protection and aligned with divine purpose. Your stillness in the natural is your activity in the supernatural. This dual presence changes everything. Though silent and unseen, your time in this realm alters your destiny and influences the spiritual atmosphere around you. You are a beacon of divine power, even while at rest. The spiritual forces aligned against your breakthrough will not give up easily. Temptations to give up, doubts about your worthiness, and distracting thoughts will all try to pull you away from this sacred stay. But you must stand firm. Your focus is your spiritual weapon. Imagine your mind as a fortress under siege. Every distraction is an attempt to breach your defenses. Your faith, prayer, and resolve are the walls that keep you safe. Each time doubt creeps in, gently bring your attention back to God's presence in your corner. Stay vigilant. Remind yourself that this night is a sacred appointment with destiny. The rewards of unwavering focus are profound. Renewed clarity, peace that guards your heart, and spiritual breakthroughs that will transform your life. If you're worried about unfinished tasks or unresolved conflicts, tonight is the time to hand them over to God. The unfinished, the pending, the overwhelming, all of it belongs to Him now. You don't have to carry the weight any longer. Think of God as a master planner, working tirelessly behind the scenes. You might not see the progress now, but rest assured, His timing and wisdom are perfect. Just like a gardener patiently tending seeds beneath the soil, He is cultivating blessings that will emerge in due season. This surrender brings incredible peace. No longer burdened by what you cannot control, you make room for miracles. Trust God to manage what you cannot, and watch how He turns your challenges into testimonies. What begins tonight will not end in the same way tomorrow morning. This divine overnight stay marks a spiritual rebirth, a radical transformation that refreshes your mind, renews your spirit, and restores your body. You will wake up not as the person who lay down, but as someone renewed and empowered. You will feel replaced. Old fears, doubts, and burdens will be lifted, making room for fresh strength and divine clarity. Restored, your soul will sing with new hope, your body energized, and your heart aligned with God's purpose. Ready, prepared to step into your calling with courage and supernatural power. Remember, every great breakthrough starts with surrender. This night is your sacred threshold. Embrace it fully and prepare to walk into the destiny God has patiently been preparing for you. When you choose to obey this divine call, to stay in that sacred corner and surrender fully, know that rewards are already being set into motion. Obedience is not just a passive act, it is the key that unlocks heaven's blessings. Like a seed planted in fertile soil, your willingness to follow God's instructions activates a chain reaction of favor, breakthrough, and transformation. Consider how in nature, a small action, like the flutter of a butterfly's wings, can influence massive weather patterns. Similarly, your obedience tonight is not small or insignificant. It's the spark igniting divine momentum in your life. Every moment you choose to stay, to rest, and to trust God, you send ripples through the spiritual realm, awakening blessings designed just for you. Rewards often come in unexpected ways. Doors opening where there were walls, relationships mending without your intervention, provision arriving just when you thought it impossible. The universe is aligning to your obedience. The heavens are cheering for your faithfulness. This is not a promise for tomorrow only, but a reality beginning right now. So resist doubt and hold fast to your commitment. The reward is bigger than you think, and it's already on its way. Your faithfulness is the activation code that releases what God has been preparing behind the scenes. You're entering a season where blessings will chase you down and overwhelm you. This sacred overnight stay is more than a rest. It is a divine exchange, a spiritual transaction where your surrender becomes the currency for supernatural acceleration. The more you relinquish control, the faster God moves on your behalf, multiplying your efforts and shortening your waiting seasons. This exchange defies human logic. It's the mystery of grace in motion. Think of it like handing your burdens over to a divine banker who not only accepts your deposit, but increases its value exponentially. When you surrender your fears, your plans, and your efforts tonight, you are exchanging them for God's supernatural strategies, divine wisdom, and heavenly acceleration. Your life will start moving at a pace you never expected. Acceleration doesn't mean rushing blindly. It means moving forward with divine timing, precision, and power. Imagine a sports car shifting from first gear to top speed without hesitation or delay. That's what God's acceleration feels like. A powerful, unstoppable momentum that propels you into your purpose with clarity and strength. This divine exchange demands faith, but it's worth every ounce of trust you pour into it. Surrender is your investment. Supernatural acceleration is the return. Tonight, as you rest in that holy corner, know that God is trading your limitations for limitless power. In the quiet of your sacred corner, heaven is at work rewriting your very identity. The person you were yesterday, the one shaped by past failures, wounds, and limitations, is being transformed into someone new, someone powerful, someone aligned with divine destiny. This is not a subtle change. It is a radical rebirth. Imagine an author tearing up the old pages of a worn-out story and beginning fresh with vibrant new chapters filled with hope, courage, and purpose. God is rewriting the narrative of your life tonight, removing lies and replacing them with truth. The wounds you've carried, the labels you've accepted, are being erased in the presence of holy light. This transformation touches every part of your being, your thoughts, your emotions, your desires, even your self-perception. You will wake up with a new lens through which to see yourself, free from the chains of yesterday's failures. You're being restored to the image God created you to be, strong, courageous, and full of purpose. This new identity isn't just for you. It's your foundation for the greater works God is calling you to. Embrace the rewriting, for it means you are stepping into a higher version of yourself, ready to fulfill your destiny with boldness and grace. Tonight is not merely a pause, it's an upgrade. Your spiritual rank, your authority, and your capacity for divine assignment are rising. Think of this sacred time as a spiritual promotion, a shift from where you were to a new place of influence and responsibility. God is elevating you, preparing you for greater things. In the natural world, promotions come with new challenges and new resources. Spiritually, your upgrade comes with increased wisdom, stronger faith, and greater power to impact the world around you. This is your moment of advancement, where God moves you beyond past limitations into new realms of leadership and influence. This elevation will affect every sphere of your life, your relationships, your calling, your inner strength. You'll carry a weighty authority that causes doors to open and chains to break. The enemy will try to resist this change, but your stay tonight fortifies your position in the heavenly realm. Know that spiritual promotions often come with testing, but also with rewards. Stay committed, because this upgrade is a key turning point in your destiny, one that sets you apart as a chosen vessel for greater works. In the stillness of your overnight stay, God will download instructions, clear, precise, and powerful strategies for your next steps. This is the divine blueprint for your life, carefully crafted to navigate challenges and maximize your impact. These instructions come in silence, so your greatest task is to listen intently. Think about how great generals plan their battles in quiet war rooms, studying maps and discussing strategies before taking action. Your corner is that war room tonight, a place to receive God's battle plans for your life and calling. These instructions are too important to miss and too subtle to catch without focused attention. God's strategy may come as impressions, scriptures, dreams, or a sudden clarity of thought. You must guard your heart and mind from distractions, fears, or doubts that can cloud these divine downloads. The spiritual downloads you receive now will become your guideposts for victory and breakthrough. Don't underestimate the power of divine strategy. It will transform confusion into clarity, fear into courage, and delay into divine timing. Your success tomorrow depends on the sacred listening you do tonight. The reward awaiting you in this divine stay is rest, a deep, restorative rest without regret or guilt. In a world that glorifies constant hustle, rest can feel like laziness or failure. But here, in this sacred corner, rest becomes your greatest victory, a peaceful surrender that refreshes your soul and renews your strength. Imagine sinking into a bed of pure peace, where worries no longer weigh you down and fears dissolve into the night air. This rest is not just physical, it's spiritual, emotional, and mental. It's the kind of peace described in Scripture, one that surpasses human understanding and guards your heart from anxiety. Resting without regret means letting go of the shoulds and musts. It means trusting God enough to pause completely, knowing He is at work. It's a revolutionary act in today's culture, and it is your sacred right and reward tonight. Embrace this rest fully. Let it wash over you like a healing wave, renewing your entire being. When you awaken, you will carry this peace within you, a peace that fuels faith, joy, and unstoppable hope. Tonight marks the closure of painful cycles, the repetitive struggles, toxic patterns, and limiting mindsets that have held you captive. What you have endured up to this moment will not define you anymore. God is breaking those chains, ensuring that the past no longer repeats itself in your life. Imagine a door slamming shut on seasons of hardship, betrayal, fear, or failure. Behind that door lies freedom, a fresh start illuminated by God's promises. You are stepping out of the shadow of old cycles and into a bright future where victory and peace are your new normal. This breaking of cycles is often the hardest yet most liberating part of transformation. You may feel uncertainty or resistance as the old tries to cling. But God's power is greater than every past hurt or mistake. Your obedience tonight is the key that breaks the repetitive loop. Believe this truth deeply. You will never be the same because you will never go back. Your past is a closed chapter. A new story begins with hope, freedom, and divine purpose. As your spiritual realm shifts, God is aligning new relationships into your life. People who will support, encourage, and empower you in your divine purpose. These relationships are not accidental. They are assignments from heaven, perfectly matched to your calling and season. Imagine meeting allies who inspire you, mentors who guide you, and friends who stand by you with unwavering loyalty. These new connections will open doors, provide wisdom, and bring joy. They will challenge you to grow and hold you accountable to the destiny God has placed on your heart. God often prunes old relationships to make room for these new alliances. While this process can be painful, it is necessary. Trust that every relationship shifted tonight serves your higher good and spiritual growth. Be open and expectant. As you awaken, you will sense new connections being formed, relationships deepening, and divine appointments waiting just around the corner. One of the most profound gifts of this divine stay is supernatural clarity. Your mind, often clouded by confusion, fear, and overwhelming thoughts, will awaken fresh and sharp. You will see your path clearly, understand your next steps, and gain insight into complex situations with ease. Imagine putting on a pair of glasses that suddenly make everything in front of you crystal clear. This clarity brings peace and confidence, allowing you to make decisions without hesitation or doubt. It lifts the fog of overwhelm and replaces it with divine wisdom. This clarity isn't something you have to chase. It comes as a gift from heaven during your sacred rest. Your mental fog will lift, and new understanding will flood your thoughts like sunlight breaking through clouds. Prepare to welcome this mental awakening. It will change how you view your challenges, your purpose, and your future, empowering you to move forward with boldness and peace. Tonight, as you surrender in that holy corner, your energy is being recalibrated. This is more than physical rest. It is a spiritual recharging that renews your entire being. Your body, mind, and spirit will wake up rejuvenated, ready to face new challenges with strength and vitality. Think of your energy as a battery that has been drained by stress, worry, and constant activity. God is plugging you into His unlimited power source, filling you up until you overflow. This recalibration allows you to operate not by your own strength, but by divine empowerment. You will awaken feeling lighter, stronger, and more alive than you have in a long time. Tasks that once drained you will become manageable, and your enthusiasm for life will be restored. This is God's supernatural restoration working within you. Tonight marks the beginning of a financial turnaround, a divine unlocking of resources that may have seemed out of reach. When you surrender fully to God's control in your sacred corner, you are activating heavenly provision that flows beyond human understanding. It's a supernatural release of favor that comes just when you need it most. Imagine a river of blessings suddenly breaking through a dam that has held back your finances. Unexpected checks, opportunities, and breakthroughs will arrive, not because of your effort alone, but because God is orchestrating a flow of abundance tailored for you. This isn't luck, it's divine intervention. Many who have entered this kind of spiritual rest have witnessed debts paid off, jobs restored, or ventures funded in miraculous ways. Your obedience tonight sets the spiritual atmosphere for provision to pour in. You're being positioned to receive what you have been praying and hoping for, even when circumstances said otherwise. Stay expectant and open-handed. Release worry about your finances and watch how God turns scarcity into overflow. Your faithfulness now is the key that unlocks the storehouses of heaven. Emotional wounds, old hurts, and reactive triggers are being healed and reset during this sacred stay. God is gently untangling the knots of pain and disappointment that have caused emotional upheaval, bringing calm where there was chaos. This reset is crucial for your peace and emotional freedom. Consider how a computer sometimes needs to be rebooted to function properly again. Your soul is undergoing a spiritual reboot, clearing out damaging emotional programs and installing new, healthy patterns of peace, joy, and resilience. You will wake up emotionally lighter, more balanced, and more in control. This process might feel subtle, but its effects will be profound. Old pain that caused anxiety, anger, or depression will lose its grip. Your heart will become a sanctuary of peace, able to withstand future storms without breaking or reacting in unhealthy ways. Allow God's healing to wash over your emotions fully. This reset is a gift, a fresh start that empowers you to move forward unburdened, emotionally strong, and ready to experience the fullness of life. The voice you carry is being anointed anew during this sacred time. God is restoring your ability to speak with authority, wisdom, and power. Whether you have felt silenced by fear, rejection, or doubt, you will awaken ready to declare truth, inspire others, and lead with boldness. Think of your voice as a powerful instrument that shapes your world and the lives around you.